What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are ya? Now today is August the 26th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below, and finally shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from, but we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and then we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor of the video, the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go.
Greetings.
And starting off at the top, we have the Burnout. This is the named FAMAS with Perfectly on Empty, and this one with crit hit damage. Following that, we have a Grown Great with reload speed and perfect stabilize, followed by a Tactical MK16 with damage to targets at a cover and nearsighted, and finally a Snub Nose Diceros with damage to targets at a cover and Optimist. Going to the gear items, we have a Brazos backpack with skill damage, explosive resistance, and tech support, and finally an Alp Summit chest piece with skill haste, crit chance, and tag team. Going to the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.1, drone duration 6.3, turret duration 5.8, and sticky bomb duration of 6.4. Now, must buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops vendor. No. Negative. Nothing, honey. Hey, but let's check over to our countdown and clan vendors. So first up, we have our countdown requisition station right here at the Base of Ops. And our three named items. Ooh. All right, we have the Liquid Engineer. This is the named Bellstone Armory backpack with perfect bloodsucker. And remember that this can give you upwards of 120% bonus armor. Very strong. Use this with Intimidate, perfect Intimidate. You can use this with, really, multiple different builds, but this does highly increase your survivability. Remember that Bellstone Armory, you get armor regeneration, you get armor on kill, you get incoming repairs just from the brand set bonuses. So you can use that with Golem Gear, Heligard, you can use that with Perfectly Efficient, and the list goes on. I mean, even an armor on kill build with perfect bloodsucker is perfect, because every time you get armor on kill, you would also get bonus armor on kill. So again, this is a really strong backpack. Not a lot of people talk about it because it's pretty rare to see one drop, but it is available here at the Countdown vendor, so get it right now. It has very high armor with hazard and headshot. So you could go headshot armor regen, you could go armor regen headshot or hazard, you could go crit headshot. There's a few different ways that you could flip this one. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And moving on from that, the other two named items here at the Countdown Requisition Station, we have the Drill. This is the named Carbine 7 with perfect precision strike. And then the other one is the named Eminence Armaments knee pads, being the Cloak. And this one giving you reduced threat. I'm not even going to talk about either one of these because I don't like either one of those items. I don't recommend them to anybody. But the Liquid Engineer, all day. Alright, so that is it for the Countdown vendor. Now let's jump over to the Clan vendor. Speaking of which, big shout out to the DOD, Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms, and we have an active clan on all platforms. So if you are interested in joining, just go to my Discord server, and there is a tab for whatever platform you're on that says, you know, I want to join the DOD on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever. Just put your name on the list, and then whenever we have spots available, I'll jump on there, I'll send out a big message, and then we'll get more people in. All right? But again, shout out to the DOD. And speaking of which, here is your clan vendor. Starting with the Brutus. This is the named Marksman rifle with perfectly behind you, and this one with swap speed. Following that, we have our gear set items, starting with the Hunter's Fury chest piece with skill damage, followed by Heartbreaker chest piece with status, but the Heartbreaker has high enough armor to where you could change the status for whatever it is you want, and you're good to go. And then finally, for the gear set items, we have Foundry knee pads with explosive resistance. But again, the armor is so high that you could change that bottom attribute to whatever it is you want, and you're good to go. Moving on to the high-end items, starting with the LVOAC. This one with Swap Speed and Vindictive. Following that, we have a PX4 Storm Type T with Health Damage and Sadist. A Ceska mask, double crit. This is a really, really good mask. This is a must-buy. Pick this one up, change the weapon damage to an armor core, and then if you want, you can change it back to a weapon damage later, but then just optimize the double crit. Really good mask. That's perfect. Good to go. Following that, we have an AKM with reload speed and preservation, and a double barrel shotty with health damage and spike. The final two gear items, we have a Richter and Kaiser mask with skill damage and health, followed by a Sokolov Concern chest piece with entrench, repair skills, and health. Going to the mods, we have repair skills 17.1. This is actually a smart cover explosive resistance mod for 7%. Ensnare resistance 8.7, and then finally pulse radius of 9.0. But must buys, things to look for from the clan vendor. The Heartbreaker's not bad. The Foundry's not bad. The Ceska is a must buy. And that's about it. All right. So now we are going west. We will double back east. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. And if you haven't already hit that thumbs up yet, what are you waiting on? Come on, hit the like. Support the channel by subscribing. Remember, I do daily Division content, so ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division upload. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone's from. South Africa to Poland to Norway to the Netherlands. I mean, come on. Everywhere. It's amazing. All right, here we go. Campus settlement.
Welcome, Agent.
Starting with the Commando. This is the named marksman rifle with perfectly naked, and this one with damage to targets at a cover. I mean, it is exactly what you want. I'm not the biggest fan of this weapon, but that's exactly the role you want, so it's perfect if you're looking for it. Moving on, we have a paratrooper SVD with accuracy and naked. So we have the named variant and the normal variant right next to each other. Okay. And finally, a black market M60 with rate of fire and steady-handed. Going to the gear items, we have a 511 mask with crit damage, skill damage, and a Walker Harris holster with health and armor regeneration. Going to the mods, we have skill haste 10.2, chem launcher +1 ammo, hive duration 4.3, pulse radius 8.6, and trap duration of 5.8. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the campus. Not really, to be honest with you. All right, let's move on. Now we're going to start hitting up the Dark Zone vendors, starting with Dark Zone West. West! Let's go. And friendly reminder, all of these Dark Zone vendors only take DZ resources as currency. So if you go to your resources tab and just above your keys, you will see your Dark Zone resources. For example, here I'm at 622 out of 999. So if I need more Dark Zone resources, I have to go into the Dark Zone and either pick up the little blue boxes. That way the DZ resource goes straight into my inventory, or I have to pick up contaminated items, deconstruct them into Dark Zone resources, and then extract them to put them in my inventory. But either way, that's the only two options you have for getting your Dark Zone resources, and that's the only currency they take. And here's our first vendor, Dark Zone West.
Hello, Agent.
Starting with the Baker's Dozen. This is the named classic M1A with perfect lucky shot, and this one with reload speed. Following that, we have a double barrel shotty. This is actually the sawed-off variant with crit chance and fast hands. And finally, for the weapons, a ACR with strained and stability. Going to the gear items, we have a tip of the spear, A pair of gloves with explosive resistance, Cavalier knee pads with armor regeneration, Golden Gear gloves with headshot and status, and finally Fenris knee pads with repair skills and headshot. Going to the mods, we have Blind Def Resistance 8.3, Seeker Mine Healing 6.0, Shield Deflector Damage 4.2, Firefly Speed 8.0, and Decoy Duration of 5.5. Now, must buys things to look for from DZ West. Actually, not really. Negative Ghost Rider. Let's take our talents down south to the deep south. DZ South. Here we go. Woo! We're going. Going down south. I'm going down to... Oh, no. Oh, wrong song. My bad. About to go down to South Park. Have ourselves a time. All right. DZ South. Big money, no whammies. Ooh. Perfect Clutch. Okay. So right here we have Perfect Clutch. This is the named Ceska backpack. This one with headshot and status. Okay. A lot of people are talking about Perfect Clutch, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you use it. Do you use it with all reds? Do you use it on a tank build? I mean, I'm still not sold on this on this backpack. I remember when Clutch was the meta back in year 1 with Berserk, but with year 2 they removed Berserk and then they put Clutch on a backpack. So I don't know. Let me know if you use this. I'm still not sold. Going to the weapons, we have a PP-19 with Headshot and Ranger, a military P416 with Crit Chance and Perpetuation, and a Storm Type F with In-Sync and Headshot. Going to the gear items, we have a Virtuoso backpack with Crit Hit Damage, Strika's chest piece with Repair Skills, Channelat backpack with Skill Damage, Health, and Tech Support, and finally a Bellstone Armory chest piece with Weapon Handling, Crit Chance, and Spark. Going to the mods, we have Headshot 7.6, Drone Duration 6.2, Turret Burn Damage 4.2, and Sticky Bomb Burn Duration 4%. Now, must buys, things to look for from DZ South. The Devil's Due is a good one. That's about it. But let me know if you use Perfect Clutch. I still don't. I mean, I've been saying it for about a year or two now. I'm just still not convinced. It's all right, but I don't know.
Combat simulation program.
All right, so for the castle settlement, we go to the descent entrance. That way we can run up the stairs, interact with the doggy. Hey, Ransom. What up, dog? Oh, bye, Ransom. Oh, I can interact again. Oh! Jumping at me. Oh, I can interact again. What up? Uh-oh, how many times? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Hold up. Oh, we shaking hands again. How many times? Oh, that's it. All right. Oh! Yo, you just glitched. Man, Ransom, I thought they fixed that. Glitching over there. It's probably because of this NPC. Yeah, walk away. Walk away. All right. My bad. I'm getting a little carried away there. Let's jump over to the castle Venda. Starting with the Picaro's holster. This is a best in slot holster for a few different reasons. For your tank builds, for your damage builds, for your hybrid builds. Remember that if you use this in conjunction with the Technician Specialization and the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag, you get a tier 3 skill build without doing anything. It's really strong. Highly recommend. It was so strong that they nerfed the weapon damage. It was 15% and they put it back to 10, and it's still best in slot for your holsters. So pick it up. You can max out the armor and keep the armor regeneration. You could switch the armor regeneration for whatever it is you want. It truly doesn't matter. But this is a good pickup. Castle Settlement. Going to the weapons, we have a Tactical 308 with swap speed and ignited, and an MG5 with optimal range and Ranger. Going to the gear items, we have a Eminence Armaments Mask with Skill Haste and Armor Regeneration, and a Golden Gear Holster with Armor Regen and Explosive Resistance. Moving on to the mods, Skill Duration 8.5, Chem Launcher Skill Haste 5.8, Hive +4 Stem Charges, Pulse Radius 8.8, and Trap Shock Radius 6.1. Must-buys, things to look for from the castle settlement. We do have the Picaros, which will forever be a must-buy. I was going to say the Golem Gear, but that armor is so low. I would not touch it. All right, so the Picaros, and that's it. And for our last Dark Zone vendor, we have Dark Zone East. Now, for Dark Zone East, I do not go to the main entrance. I only go to the Alpha checkpoint. That way you can exit the checkpoint right here, and you're good to go. If you go to the main entrance, you'll spawn way out there, and you'll have to run through the courtyard. All right, here we go. DZ East. Starting with the Black Friday. That's a PvP exclusive named item. Now, yes, you can get this weapon through a named item cache if you're lucky, but typically it's just behind the Dark Zone or conflict. So right here, DZ East vendor, we have the Black Friday, which is the named LMG with perfectly unhinged. All you have to do is change the crit chance off for damage to armor, and you're good to go. Following that, we have a SOCOM Mark 20 with stability and optimist, and finally a big show with health damage and perfect thunderstrike. Going to the gear items, we have a Foundry mask with hazard, not bad. Hunter's Fury holster with skill haste, Petrov mask with armor regen and repair skills, and a Brazos holster with armor regeneration and headshot. Going to the mods, we have repair skills 16.1, chem launcher skill haste 6.0, hive duration 4.1, pulse cone size 6.3, and trap duration of 6.1. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ East. We do have the Black Friday, which is a PvP exclusive. Pick it up, rat meow. Did you just say meow? Man, do I look like a cat meow? Meow, look right here. Am I licking milk out of a bowl meow? Am I going all wibbly nimbly chasing? All right, here we go. You guys hear they're making a Super Troopers 3? Just saying. Just saying. All right. Here we go. Our last stop in Washington, D.C., the theater. The theater! And starting with the Calibre. This is the named shoddy with perfect jazz hands, and this one with headshot, but just change that to damage to targets at a cover. Following that, we have a custom M870 with crit chance and perpetuation, and a urban MDR with stability and spike. Going to the gear items, we have Sokolov Concern gloves with repair skills and headshot, and Murakami knee pads with status and explosive resistance. Going to the mods, we have Disrupt Resistance 8.2, Secret Mind +1 Cluster, Shield Health 4.3, Firefly Blind Effect Duration 5.8, and Decoy Health of 6.0. Woo! Now, must-buys, things to look for from the theater. I mean, the Calibre is really not bad. This one's not bad. The reload is what really sells it, but I don't know. It is what it is. Just use pummel. Like, let's be real. All right, that is it for DC. So now the rest of our vendors are going to be locked behind the DLC and the expansion. So first up, we have our Brooklyn vendor. Now, this vendor is Marcus, and Marcus is at the bridge settlement all the way in the back. And remember, you can only have access to Marcus if you have the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. And hopefully we have something good. I mean, this vendor, it's been all right. It hasn't been the best, but, I mean, Perfect Clutch. We have the Picaros. We have the Black Friday. I mean, there's some goodies. The double crit Ceska. I mean, that was a good one. Let's see here. Come on. Got that double loading because we're in Brooklyn. And then it's quiet. Too quiet. I have a bad feeling about this. All right, here we go. Marcus. What up, man?
Hey, want to make a trade?
Starting with the MP5, this one's swap speed and ranger, followed by a M700 carbon with stability and pressure point, a police MK17 with stability and streamline, and finally a snub nose Diceros with armor damage and sadist. Going to the gear items, we have a Petrov backpack with weapon handling, health, and protector. Eminence, armaments, knee pads with explosive resistance and hazard. And finally, an Aurality mask with crit damage and explosive resistance. Going to the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.1, crit hit damage 10.2. Why? Just why? All right, if you're going to buy a crit damage mod this week, I'm just letting you know, buy the 10.2, don't buy the 10.1. Now, yes, this one is 2 credits more, but you get 0.1 more crit damage. Gotta love the RNG. Moving on, we have the Seeker Mine Skill Haste mod 5.0, Hive Duration 4.2, and Decoy Health of 6.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from Brooklyn. Nah. Nothing. Negative. Nada. Not a damn thing. All right, let's finish up with Warlords of New York, and let's get out of here. So we have 2 vendors left. We have Marco at the top of the escalator, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside. Now, thank you for taking this journey with me. I do these weekly vendor resets every single week. So make sure to catch me next week. Same time, same place. Know what I mean? All right, here we go. Marco. Starting with the FAL, this one with max crit damage and reformation. Following that, we have a Big Show with crit chance and perfect thunderstrike, a SIG 716 with headshot and ranger, and an X45 tactical with crit damage and breadbasket. Going to the gear items, we have a Uzina backpack with hazard, armor regen, and vigilance. Douglas and Harding gloves with status and skill haste, and a Bellstone armory mask with status and explosive resistance. Going to the mods, we have skill haste 10.3, skill duration 8.2, turret +1 extra mortar, firefly damage 6.0, and decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from Marco. I mean, the Uzina is not bad. What I would do with this Uzina backpack, this is good for like an armor build, like a tanky build. I would put Adrenaline Rush on here. Put Adrenaline Rush on here. You could put Galvanize on here. You could put, a few different things on here. Bloodsucker on here. I mean, there's a few different ways you can move that, but you get total armor from the brand set bonus. You have hazard and armor regeneration. I mean, you're pretty much a shoo-in for a survivability tank build. Excuse me. All right. And let's finish up with our last vendor of the video, Roy Benitez. Oh, but wait. Make sure you pet the dog, man. Make sure you interact with the dog twice. The first one, yeah, you're just petting the dog like we all do. But that second interaction, ooh, that second one's random. He could jump at you. He could try to shake your hand. He could just bark at you. I mean, he could try to roll over. Let's see. Oh, he's trying to shake my hand. Aw, cute little doggy. And let's finish up. Here's Roy Benitez.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? Starting with the ACR, this one with Headshot and Sadist, followed by a SOCOM Mark 20 with damage targets at a cover and streamline, an M870 with swap speed and reformation, and finally a Card 45 with swap speed and ranger. Going to the gear items, we have a Hanayu backpack with hazard, headshot, and overclock, Lingmo gloves with health and weapon handling, and finally an Alp Summit mask with status and repair skills. Going to the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.0, incoming repairs 16.8, shield deflector damage 4.3, pulse radius 8.8, and sticky bomb burn duration of 4.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from Roy Benitez. To be honest, nothing is really catching my eye. I mean, maybe the Alp Summit, if you want to make it into like a healer, switch the status off for skill haste and then do skill haste repair skills. I mean, that is good for a healer. But that's really about it.
Thanks.
All right. And that, my dear agents, is going to conclude our weekly vendor reset and must buys. I mean, we had Perfectly Unhinged. We had Perfect Clutch. We had a double crit Ceska. I mean, we had a few goodies today, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, hit the thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing and let me know what you think. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone's from. But again, I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. And peace out.